All right. Well, welcome everyone again to our What's All the ERP Buzz monthly chat series. As you know, this is the second Tuesday of every month at 4 p.m. Eastern Time for 20 minutes, hoping to give you some daily dose of ERP news or whatever we're doing in the channel, and also trying to give you some insights, tips and tricks, best practices, all the things. So very excited to have you all here this time around. And as you can see, my guests this month are Molly and Liz from Doug, who they've been very, very busy. And I thought, you know what, why not have them get more busy and be on my chat series? No. So I wanted them to join us today because they just finished a virtual event. So love to chat a little bit about that. They have a live event coming up in May. They've also been, if you follow them on social media, I know they've launched user groups everywhere. So that's pretty exciting. And then you guys have this one-day marketing event as well attached to DynamicsCon Live, which I think could be beneficial for a lot of people to, if they are going, to be able to join that too. So welcome both of you, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you very much, Amy, for having us. We're honored to be here. So thank you for allowing us to be here and share everything that's going on at Dynamics User Group.
Yeah, certainly. So if you want to get started with just giving us like a quick snapshot of how DynamicsCon, the virtual event, went you had a few weeks ago. I know you had thousands of people registered, and
We did. It was very busy. Molly, do you want to do that one? Do you want me to cover that?
Cover the highlights. So we had a full day of DynamicsCon virtual. It was our 5th edition of the event, if you can believe it or not, Amy,
wow.
which is really cool to see. Interestingly enough, we added a second day dedicated to the Microsoft Customer Success Day. So we partnered directly with Microsoft to host that inaugural event right after DynamicsCon Virtual Day 1. So that made up day 2. Super happy to share that we had an increase in registrations, which you don't see very often for virtual events. So we had 6,500 people register for the 2 days, which was fantastic. We covered D365, BC, CEFO, Dynamics GP, and of course, Power Apps. So very, very excited to bring our global community together again as a global community and engage with one another. And great experience. And we're excited to bring it back again in 2024.
That's awesome. So 65, has the trend been where you've had more registrants each time you do this?
Great question. We definitely increased from the first event to the second event, and then we did see a slow decline the third and fourth, but then this time we had a nice increase in registration. So yeah, it's great to see that the community still wants to participate in the voting and superhero themes. Amy is all about the superhero themes, so she's an avid fan. But yeah, great event, and just very happy to continue to deliver what the community is looking for from a virtual event perspective. And all here for anyone that has any feedback that they'd like to share that they haven't had the opportunity to with us.
Yes, I feel like it probably that low when in-person events all came back in full swing. So people are like, okay, I'm going to go to in-person events again. And now, oh, great. No, maybe I don't want to, or maybe some people go to in-person and some people do virtual. So you have that nice mix. I don't think virtual will ever go away as well as in-person. So it's nice to have both.
Absolutely.
We agree.
So,
it's really nice too, Amy, because the virtual event allows the entire global community to participate. I think that's one of the great things about having DynamicsCon virtual and continuing to do that. It is a challenge though, because it is a free event. And so it still brings thousands of people together. So I think the plan is we'll do it until the community doesn't show up anymore. But
I don't think that'll ever happen.
But they clearly are still showing up. I know at one point in time we had talked about hosting another virtual event this fall, but we have made the decision that we are going to forego a virtual event this fall and working on some other things. But as Molly mentioned, we'll do something in 2024. So the community can look forward to it again in a year.
There you go. Plus, it's a lot of work, I'm sure, to plan it, whether it's virtual or in person. It doesn't matter. It's still a ton of work to plan and get everything running. So if you're doing one a year, that's a lot of work in itself.
Yeah. Yes.
So what can we look forward to for DynamicsCon Live then in May in that beautiful Arizona? I'm excited about warm weather.
You and me both. We're all kind of located up on the northern end of US, so we're all pretty excited about being able to go south. I guess I can start for a little bit, Molly, and you can chime in. But yes, we're very excited to be hosting everyone in Scottsdale, Arizona. This will be our third in-person event. And just like our virtual event, we will be hosting content for Dynamics 365 BC, FO, CE. We do have content for GP as well as Power Platform. And the one new thing that's awesome this year is we have more than doubled our content from last year.
That's
We got a
awesome.
lot of, yes, we got a lot of really amazing feedback. It's baby steps, right? We were only at event 2 and we wanted to expand, and so we've over doubled, including having multiple rooms per product.
Oh,
In addition
nice.
to that, we have a 6th track, which is something that we're going to be doing new this time, and that 6th track will be, that's hard to say. That'll be a cross product track. So it will include things like BC plus B plus Power Platform or GP plus CE. So it'll include content that is relevant to multiple products or to all the products.
Nice.
Mhm.
And I do like that you offer all sessions for all platforms. So that's really good.
We do.
Great place to get everything that you need, pretty much.
Right. And we're in a, we've taken over a resort. So we have pretty much the whole place, which I love this kind of a size because it's so wonderful to have people so closely in proximity to each other. It just
Mhm.
feels like we're such a tight-knit community anyway. It's easy to find people. We're expecting about 650 attendees at the Scottsdale event, and it's just a really great size. You still get that networking opportunity within the session rooms that you're in, but you get a plethora of content and ISV solutions and all the things.
Right. So would you say your events are more for users than partners, or do you get a mixture of both?
Molly, you want to talk about that?
Sure. Yeah. So all of our content is for and geared towards the product user. So as Liz mentioned, coming out of that and just really listening and understanding what our Microsoft customers / user members want is they want us to be able to educate them more on those multi-product user experiences. So I use BC and Power all day long. Can you give me more sessions on that? So that's where the birth of the cross product room really came from, is really catering to that user experience of multiple products. So you will see that. We have a fantastic lineup also, of course, of sponsor solution sessions. So those will be intertwined as well. And then, so with that being concentrated for the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, March 23rd, 4th, and 5th, we also have and are hosting the
May 22nd, 25th.
I did May.
It's in March.
Behind me. Yeah. May. Thank you, Liz. Thank you. Then on May 25th, we're also hosting the partner marketing event as well, which Amy, if your listeners would like to hear about that, we're happy to share information on that.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. I know I'm interested.
Awesome. Yes. So the partner marketing event, this is a first for us. We've teamed up with MS Dynamics World and Partner Talks to come up with a super stellar agenda. So you can go to live.dynamicscon.com and you will see the partner marketing event right on the top fold of the homepage. Check it out. This is for anyone that does any type of marketing in our product space. So very valuable, or maybe it's valuable to someone's team member. It's going to have a lot of data and information shared of how our users and customers absorb information, where they go to get it. So a lot of good stats will be shared during this particular event for those partner marketers. And then we also have Microsoft very involved as well in the partner marketing event day. So they're also going to share some updates from the Microsoft side, but really are there to listen to how they can more effectively help and support the partners that are in the room. So very excited for that opportunity too, from the partner learning perspective.
Yes, I can't remember the last time it was a partner marketing day, so to speak. I think it's been a long time, at least for an in-person event.
Yes, there is. It is meant to be an intimate event, so we are getting limited on space. So again, encourage anyone that's interested to reach out to us if you have questions, or check it out on our website. And we're happy to get you in if there's still room. So very, very excited to offer that to our partner members this year.
And that's an all-day event on Thursday?
Yes, thank you for asking. It is all day on Thursday. So the hardest part our sponsors are having is they just can't decide where they need to be more on Thursday. Do they need to be working Dynamics Con Live or go to the partner marketing event? It's a true struggle. I mean,
It is.
yes, but definitely worth learning more about, and we're happy to share more information for anyone that's interested.
Yes, and we'll definitely send you that in the and when I send out the recording of this too, we'll send out some more information too on that. And then also, obviously, you've been posting a lot about the user groups, and those are all popping up all over the place. So you've been very busy there.
We have been very busy.
And that's somewhat new, right? The user groups, are they somewhat new?
Local groups.
Yes.
No, we actually had a handful of local user groups when the Dynamics user group organization really started expanding outside of just an online discussion forum. So back in like 2016, 17, up until 2020, when everybody kind of stopped being able to meet in person anymore, we did have a handful there.
Okay.
Obviously, we had to, obviously nobody met in person for a couple of years, but it has definitely taken off, I would say, since last fall.
Okay.
And even middle of last year, once people felt more comfortable meeting in person, we met with a ton of people last fall at various different partner events, as well as our Dynamics Con Live event that we had in San Antonio. And there were a lot of people. Like, the way that our local groups work is we rely, heavily on people that are in those local spaces who are willing to step up and volunteer and really take reins of a local group like that. And obviously Doug is here to help and support from a logistics standpoint, and really just kind of hosting and marketing those types of events. So it's just taken a little bit of time to get those volunteer leaders trained, get them used to more of a regular cadence. I know they all felt like they wanted to do it. They kind of started with, a lot of them started like with their first virtual event, just to kind of see what sort of interest was out there, what kind of product people were using, where they wanted to meet, how often they wanted to meet. And so since the beginning of 2023, I think that our program has just really kind of expanded and grown. I think on average, we are seeing about 15 events a month at this point.
That's a lot.
Across the globe. Yes, right now we have 34 groups across 8 countries under the Doug Meetup umbrella. And I continue to add and get inquiries for new locations every day, which is fantastic.
It is. Is it a big undertaking for someone to say, take on a user group in their local area? Or do you feel like it's pretty easy?
I don't know that it's too challenging. Certainly I think it's a little bit more efficient if you've been in the space a lot longer, or if you've been in that location a lot longer, because it is a lot about the people that are local and who you can network with. Doug certainly can help with that marketing aspect, but we may have 40,000 members worldwide, but we don't have 40,000 members in St. Louis or in LA or in Tampa.
Right.
We don't have all those local connections. And so we do, from that standpoint, that's probably the biggest hurdle. If you're kind of new to the location, don't have a lot of network where you're located at, that's probably the biggest hurdle. Other than that, Doug is here to help. We're here to help expand that network. I mean, Amy, you and I have been in this space a really long time, almost 23 years for me. And so I do have a lot of connections in my local and my personal network. So I'm trying to help make those connections with some of these new leaders, but really we rely on our leaders to help us set the cadence, set the agenda. We can help with content and speakers if that's needed. We can help with sponsors of a meeting. We help with securing venues, with recommendations, of course, as well as, if you're going to be offering any sort of food and beverage, we're there to help and be a support system for our local leaders.
That's great that you provide all that for them.
Yeah. Yes, we try. We very much believe in that local effort, right? Like, we're very much, it's kind of grassrootsy. We're very supportive of. All of our meetups are free to attend, they're free to lead, and we're always looking for more leaders and more locations around the globe to really expand and build on this greater community for Dynamics Empower platform.
It's awesome. And obviously, I'm sure a lot of this couldn't be done without sponsors and the help of ISVs and such. So if
Mhm.
you could just share before we wrap things up, just share a little bit about how ISVs can help you guys and sponsor and what opportunities are there for them.
Sure, absolutely. Molly, do you want me to take that, or do you want to chime in?
Go for it.
So there are multiple ways that sponsors, particularly, I mean, we welcome VARs and SIs and ISVs as well. They are the backbone of our financial standing here at Doug. Most of our content and events and participation in community is free. That's one of our core pillars here, but we do rely very heavily on, obviously, on our partner members to help us fund that. So we have multiple opportunities between sponsorship at the Dynamics Con events. You can contact us and we'll help you with a potential sponsorship for any of our local meetups. And then thirdly, we have another program, which is an annual membership program called our Team Up Partner Membership Program. This is an all-year exposure to the community through all the different various programs and services that we offer.
That's great. So people can pretty much do events or all year long, or user groups. They can kind of pick and choose, correct?
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Nice.
Choose and whatever works best for you. And we're super appreciative and of all of our wonderful supporters out there. It's been really great.
And for the Dynamics Con Live, I'm assuming you have all your sponsors lined up for that, correct? There's probably no more available for anybody if they were interested.
Oh, we could squeeze some more in. I will tell you, we have, I haven't even looked. We have very, very little. I think we have a few exhibit tables locations still available, but they are definitely winding down. We do have a handful of more like marketing, kind of marketing promotional opportunities, if you will. So we do definitely have room, but if
Okay.
you're thinking about it or you're on the fence and you want to get involved, please let us know as quickly as possible, because we are running up against those deadlines for fulfilling the benefits that are in those packages.
Yes, and right now, and especially in the dynamic space and pretty much any ERP space, there's not really a ton of opportunities to get in front of people, right? There's like a couple events here and there throughout the year, but that's it. Otherwise, you're doing virtually or webinars or whatever it may be. So really, I think partners, ISVs, SIs need to take a step back and say, well, how many events are in person and how many events virtually do I want to do a year? Who do I want to do it with, and have it all planned out? I know that doesn't always happen that way, but it's really nice to have a great mixture and try to be everywhere that you can be.
Yes. It would
Well,
be lovely to do that.
yes, I know, huh?
And we try really hard to accommodate that. Like, I think a lot of the partners and ISVs in our space, not everybody, but in general, I think are doing a lot of their marketing budget analysis in Q4.
Mhm.
So we try very hard to have our whole event lineup and all of our programs available for partners to participate in before that Q4 timeframe to really help you make those decisions.
And I'm sure they all appreciate that too.
Yeah, I think they do.
I know I would.
It's hard.
It is. It is. All right. Well, I guess that's it. I guess our 20 minutes are up already, unfortunately, but time flies when we have fun.
That's right.
It does.
Amy,
So-
congratulations on hitting your first year ever of hosting these monthly chats.
Oh,
That's
yes.
congratulations to you.
Yep. So this is our first one was last April. And ever since I think there was 1 month we didn't have any, and that was only because it was during an event. So we couldn't obviously do one, but we've had one every month pretty much since April. And so far I'm going to keep it going until the end of the year. We'll see how it goes if I keep extending it after that. So we'll see.
Well, congrats on your 1-year milestone.
Thank you so much. And thank you for being here for my 1-year milestone. It's hard to keep these things going, as you know.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you everyone for joining me this month. I truly do appreciate you being here. And as always, this is always the second Tuesday of every month at 4. So please keep it on your calendar. I always try to have new guests every month. And if you do have any ideas for topics or speakers or whatever it may be, feel free to share them with me. I'm always welcoming new people in and always love to hear your feedback. So thank you. And thank you, Doug team. Can you keep up with Doug is the question, and we'll keep it that way.
Exactly. Lots of stuff going on. Thank you so much, Amy, for
Yes.
having us. We're very delighted and honored to be here. So thank
And
you.
I guess I will see you next week at Directions.
Yes.
So if
well,
anybody's going to Directions, make sure you find all of us.
yes, please. We'd love to talk to all of you.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you again, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you, Liz and Molly, for being here.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.